my round table talks. Like, what's the name? What's the girl name? Will Smith wife, Jada. She got red table talks. Got brown table.
I was trying to. It's not coming up on the thing.
Yeah, it was
because you haven't started it.
Yeah, it's going. We there. Afternoon, good afternoon. So you guys hop on, say something. Let us know if you can hear us. Hey, Mr. Driver, how are you? Let us know if you can hear us, as we want to make sure we're audible before we get going here. Audible. I be smart on some days. Just some days.
Hey, song.
Which song is that? Hey, song. All right. So this is going to be my last live, I think, for this week. Thank you guys for joining in. We have had so much fun doing these lives. We can see your questions, so if you have questions for Charmaine or myself concerning the modeling in 757, whether it is from toddler to older, whatever the question is, throw it our way and we'll see if we can find an answer for you. Toddler to older, that's right, toddler to older.
I'll make it older.
No. She not AARP model type. Alright, so we wanted to come on. It is very bright, yeah. Since my light is bright, my light is very bright. I have on zero makeup, no lashes. I was fly yesterday, but today I had to go out. I had to have my face mask on, so I didn't do any makeup today. So we wanted to hop on today and talk to you guys about modeling. I don't know if all of you all know that I worked for a modeling agency for about 7 years. For 7 years, I worked for a modeling agency, and a lot of people, modeling isn't what you think it is. Am I right? It's not what you think it is. You see an ad, the ad is cute, you look at it for a few seconds, but then you don't know how long it really took to get that ad out there. So Charmaine, I want to dive in. Okay, so let's talk about this thing. Now, when I interview, if there's a question that you do not want to answer, we can skip it. I'm not Gayle King. I'm not going to press for no answers. So you have recently decided to get into modeling.
Yes.
Why? Why have you decided at this point, I want to model?
At this point, I decided that I wanted to model. First of all, I've always wanted to model. But, you know, as you look at models, you always think as this tall, petite model. You know, somebody with a small frame and they have to be tall. And as you can see, I am 5'4", and now weighing, I can't tell y'all, but I'm big.
If she was going to say hers, I was going to say mine. I'm like, let's do it.
Just know that I'm not small. So I was like, okay. When I finally had did a fashion show, a young lady asked me to do a fashion show back in 2017. I was like, she's like, we got plus size. I was like, okay, well, I'm plus size. And I was like, I don't know about getting on the runway. So I said, well, you know, I'll do it. I was nervous as I don't know what. When I tell you I was nervous, I was shaking like crazy. But I said, I'm going to do this. This is something I want to do. Matter of fact, it was on my bucket list. So, hey, I'm going to knock it off my bucket list. So I get up there and I model. Different designers. Even I did lingerie. Oh, my God. That was the big thing, doing lingerie. In front of a lot of people. I invited some family, some friends. Once I did the show, I was nervous walking down the runway. You can see in my pictures that I was nervous, but I strutted that runway like I had been doing it for years. And after I did that, I was like, shucks, I did this. Okay, I can continue on doing it. So that was 2017. I never really did any more shows up until January of this year, when I met Plushy Janika. Shout out to Plushy Janika. I do it for the Plushy ones. Hey. So I went to her audition at Ashley Stewart, and she said, girl, you got what it takes. And I said, I'm keeping playing in the back of my mind, what does she mean when she say that? You know, I was just like, I'm just walking. You know, it's just me. I have my personality. I'm quiet sometimes. I talk sometimes. It's just me. What do she mean? I got what it takes.
She pretty.
So
Easy to work with. Nice attitude. She got a waist. That's what the lady is.
So I auditioned for her, and lo and behold, she called me back to do her show. And I did her show. And when I tell you she's the best person to work with, she made me feel so welcome. She didn't make me feel like just because this was new that everybody else around me was so in tune to what they were doing, and I did not know what I was doing. So she made me feel welcome. When I got on that stage, even if it was for practice, she was like, okay, girl, get it, girl, get it. And that's all you need. All you need is a cheerleader. That is all you need is a cheerleader. So she got me into it, and I strutted the runway for her in January. And ever since January, I'm talking about calls, photographers, designers, different, photo shoots, magazines. I've been published 8 times since January. This is just this year. So
in the midst of a pandemic, she has been booked.
So when I got into it, and now I'm using this modeling platform to reach out to young ladies, and to let them know that modeling is not all about taking your clothes off and just showing your behind, your assets on social media or in a magazine. Absolutely. You don't have to be a swimsuit model. You don't have to be a lingerie model. You could be a covered up classic. You could still be sexy model. It's out there. Different types of models, different strokes for everybody.
Absolutely.
And of course, different photographers, they want me to lingerie. They want me to do swimsuit. Because I have the access. But I don't want to do that. Because that's not what the image that I'm trying to put out there. I have a 2-year-old daughter that I raised. And I have a 14-year-old teenage son. And I want them to be able to open up a magazine, show their friends and their families, this is my mom that's modeling. I don't want them to be ashamed.
Absolutely.
When they open up a magazine and see me in it. Or if one of their friends just so happen to see a magazine online for my son that's in high school, they're not teasing him because...
Come on, church.
I ain't got no clothes on. Because teenagers can be cruel at the end of the day. And I don't want him trying to be fighting for me in school and everything. So I chose this type of platform to model in because I have kids to raise. And this is my opportunity to make their childhood the best possible.
Absolutely.
So those are the reasons why I chose them.
You're getting a lot of love up here. Like, this is crazy. I think this so far has been one of the most engaging interviews that I've had thus far. This is crazy.
But I love it. I love it. I got into it, and I love it. Opportunities are coming to me. I've been in the videos already. I have one more coming up that's in Atlanta. I have some fashion shows coming up that's out of Virginia, Charlotte, Texas, Atlanta. I missed the one in Miami because of the pandemic.
I can't pluck, right? And what they do when you.
But that's all because I'm standing by my principle. I'm standing by my principle that I'm not going to show no more than what I want to show. And if you want me in your show or you want me in your magazine, you have to abide by what I say. I set the rules for me.
Absolutely.
And so, and if you want to be a model, and if that's what you want to do, don't let nobody. I mean, when I say nobody, that's family, friends, your husband, your dude, tell you that you can't do it, because you can.
You can. You absolutely can. All right. Any questions? Do you guys have any questions? Charmaine is available for bookings. We absolutely are looking for those paid bookings. Now, we're talking modeling. We're talking the modeling industry. We're talking being in the 757 and modeling. People feel like they can't make it here.
It's definitely hard because you have some people that's going to go above and beyond. I had a message that was sent to me the other day. You can make it far if you showed a little more. I kindly told him, I'm already far.
I I know that's right.
I mean, and I don't have to show it. Like I have it. Like I'm not ashamed. You know, I have a shape. Yeah, it's there. You know, God gave it to me. My mama gave it to me. You know, whoever gave it to me. I don't have to show everything that God gave me. It's gonna show regardless, and I'm gonna make it to the top if God says so. So, to answer his question, I'm already there, sir, and I know you watching. I'm already there, and my clothes is on. They on. I know you're watching because I'm gonna keep you as my friend so you can see.
I love it.
I'm gonna keep you as my friend.
So I'm waiting for some question to pop up. We do have a lot of love coming in. We totally appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you definitely share this, tag someone, anybody interested in modeling, whether it's from the toddlers all the way to the seniors. Tag someone who may be interested in modeling in the 757 so that they too can get information and be encouraged, because it's not hard. Like I said, I worked for a modeling agency. I was not a model, but I was actually the lead hair and makeup person for 7 years for 3 agencies. And I saw some interesting stuff backstage. So what's been one of the more difficult things going into modeling that you didn't realize, oh my God, like, okay, this is what is going on here? What's been one of the more difficult things you've had to challenge?
I think right now is knowing who to trust in the industry and knowing who not to trust. That is my most, because people are, reaching out. Some people are perverts, yeah, and some people are genuinely trying to help you build your portfolio. So that is my scariest thing right now. I do confide in some people that have been in modeling a little bit longer than I have, just to ask them different questions. And they always tell me, like, if a photographer reach out to you, you know your worth. And at the end of the day, if they reach out to you, you got to stop putting a price tag on. They want to photograph you.
Absolutely.
And if they run away from that, then they really not trying to help you at the end of the day. They trying to benefit them and benefit them only. And so that is my most scariest thing, because every time I look at my inbox, it's always, can you do this? Can you do that? Young man just asked me to do a fitness video.
I got questions. There are questions popping up over there.
I'm like, a fitness video? Anybody know anything about me? I do a little fitness now. I ain't no guru or nothing like that, but it's like a fitness video. So I was like, So then I was like, okay, I'll think about it. Never gave him an answer. So he come back, he said, can you do a glute fitness video? Y'all know what that means, right?
Yes, no, a pervert.
Because he didn't want to see my butt on the fitness thing. And I'm like, no, that's not what I want to do.
Sir, I'll show you mine for $500. I'm not her. If your cash app clear.
See, she don't got no kids, so she can do all that. She don't got no kids.
All my nieces grown. I ain't got to go to school and fight nobody.
She can even get on the OnlyFans page. See, I'm
trying to put my feet on the OnlyFans page because I heard that feet pay well.
But those things are very scary. And then just to meet photographers and they want to meet you different places to do different work, and it's like, okay, should I go alone? Should I take somebody? Or should I send someone that I trust my location so I know I won't be out there alone? So
very, very good. These are all things you have to consider and think about. So we're going to get into some of these questions because we want to make sure we are covering you guys' questions. Sonia had a question about her 16-year-old daughter interested in modeling. Let me see here. My 16-year-old is interested in modeling. Any suggestions?
Sonia, my suggestion to your 16-year-old daughter is to get, first of all, she's going to have to build her portfolio, because that's the first thing that people are going to ask about, your portfolio, your comp card. Your comp card should consist of headshots, full body, and your information, your measurements, and how to contact you. So she should I suggest stick with one photographer, to be honest with you. Now let's that photographer didn't work out the first time, and then you maybe move on. Stick with one good photographer. Let them do your photos for you. And those are my suggestions to start out with. Of course, they're always looking for young models. So I suggested for her to go for it. And if she need my help or guidance, I can help her at any time.
Good advice. That's what I did when I worked for the agency. We helped the young people build their comp cards and build their portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
And when we say build your portfolio, having some work history, I put it to you like this. A lot of people think they'll jump in and start making money. Well, if they hired you at a law firm and you had zero experience, how much money do you think you're going to make with zero experience? But if you show up and you got some experience and you got something to back you, then that's where that negotiating your dollar amount comes from.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we have another question. Good answer. I like that answer you gave her. Keita, are you still with us? I have a Joey. Joey, are you still with us? We want to make sure we're giving you answers to your questions. Keita Bailey wanted to know, at what point should you start creating your portfolio?
Now, at the time that you realize that this is what you want to do, model, you should start creating it immediately. Different type of styles. You can do an athletic style. You can do swimwear. You can do classy modern day. Just have different types of pictures, photos in your portfolio, because different magazines and different shows are looking for different types of looks, and you want to be able to show your versatility when you present yourself to a designer.
Nice. And also, Joey, I got your question coming up next. Keita wanted to know, Charmaine, what advice would you give to a young aspiring model?
Don't look at what everybody else is doing. Don't look at the type of model that everybody else is. Focus on the model that you want to be. There are different types of models out there. You can do commercial. You can do high fashion. There are different types. Find out which modeling path you want to take. Stay there, because the question, if someone asks you what type of model you are, what type of model you want to be, don't say to them, "Well, I just want a model." Don't say that. You have to know where you're going, so you know the path to follow. Because a commercial model wouldn't follow the same path the high-end fashion model would follow.
Absolutely.
So know exactly what you want to do when you start it. So that is my advice. Start it.
Have you seen my commercial? You seen my commercial? So I'm gonna get into. We're gonna segue into, when it comes down to showing up as a model. It's how can I put it? Is it a lifestyle?
It is a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. I did a commercial. Some of you all saw the commercial that I was in. It's a Kia commercial, and it aired back in November. And someone told me they saw it recently, so apparently they're still airing the commercial. I got paid $25 an hour, and I basically had to go down to the Kia dealership and point at the car, smile, and nod yes like I would buy it. And I was in the commercial 2 seconds. And I had to stay there for several hours. When it comes to modeling and maintaining yourself from head to toe, what have you learned from that since you started?
Even though I am a plus size model, I still have to. Right now, I am dipping dabbling and working out. I am eating healthy, and of course I'm doing this detox thing, so I'm drinking detox tea and things like that. I have to be healthy otherwise, because me going down the runway and my knees and back and all this type of stuff hurting, and I got heels on. Some fashion shows let you go down with wedges on. I've wore wedges in a fashion show, but not all want to let you go down with wedges on. So I still have to be healthy. I have to be able to keep up my health, because if I'm not healthy, I'm no good for anybody. I do want to learn how to just do a quick beat on my face, because not all the time I'm going to be able to contact my makeup artist, which Tammy is one of my makeup artists.
So that means we're going to be setting up a class real soon, one-on-one.
Yes,
I offer one-on-ones.
Because sometimes people call me and they want me to do something, and Tammy may be booked, or Rashay may be booked. She's another lady that I use as well, and I don't want to miss out on the opportunity because I don't know how to do a quick beat on my face real quick. Nothing in too deep, but just enough so I could just go and do what they asked me to do. And your hair upkeep and things like that. I know my hair a little messed up now, just a tad bit, but Tammy gonna get me right on Saturday.
Her hair ain't messed up. She's gonna be exaggerating.
But it's the upkeep that you gotta keep up with yourself as well. And then wherever you go, you gotta present yourself as a model.
Come on, church.
Wherever. You're not saying that you gotta be all glammed up and glitzed up. I mean, because I got a t-shirt and a sweats on today, but when you go out and people are looking at you and you want to present yourself, don't go to a audition and you're not looking decent. You ain't gotta be beat to the gods and your hair flowing with bundles here and there, but go there like you expecting to already get the position that you go there for. Just
clean,
be mindful. Yeah.
Clean, brows done. If you got this, I got to wax this. This got to go. I can't show up on set with this. If you got stuff in here, you're going to get that up off there. Book you an appointment, get you a kit at home, make sure that's nice and clean. Make sure your nails are well manicured, or have you some press-ons. Those are the things that, in my career, I found a lot of models didn't take seriously. They thought, oh, I'm cute, I'm going to show up. And it's like, oh, hold on now.
No.
Wait a minute.
No. You still gotta look presentable when you go out, and I know everybody is not into getting your nails done and things like that, and you don't have to be, but make what you have look presentable. Don't go in there with chip nails, chip hair polish, and things like that. You don't have to have long nails. Tammy nails are pretty. Mine's short,
Well, let me tell you the funny part. And I have a question coming up. Keita, I'm going to get to your question. She has another question about her daughter.
Okay.
The commercial that I was in, all I'm going to say is I was asked to be in the commercial because my booking agent, who is LMG Marketing, that's my booking agent, they always tell me they have a very tough time finding qualified African American models. So we get to, and I'm not a model, they call me because they know I know how to show up. I usually do the hair and makeup, but they know if there's a thing that's serious and it's about that coin, I know how to show up. So the other young woman who didn't make it into the commercial, all of us made it into the commercial except for one other African American girl. And she shows up to the Kia dealership. I think she had on every piece of jewelry she owned. Her nails were like this. Her bob was swinging. You don't look like you about to buy a Kia, baby. You at the wrong dealership. She didn't fit the brand. She didn't read the room, is what I'm trying to say. So, if you need coaching in anything of that manner, message me. Thank you. Hey, boo. Thank you. Message me if you need coaching. I can put you onto my agency. I'm pretty sure Charmaine will take messages from you guys. So, okay, my question here I have, somebody has, Keita, are there any local classes or workshops for our young girls? Can you explain the comp card? So let's go with, are there any local classes or workshops? I'm going to tag my friends at LMG. They have a studio, and we'll see if we can put together some things, because they actually have a roster of people who are very interested in this very information. So DM me on that, Keita, and I will get back to you on that one. Do you know of any classes or workshops, Charmaine?
We're going through this pandemic at this particular moment, but Plushy Janika, she does do workshops. She actually do some virtual workshops if you plan them ahead. You can reach out to her. She's Plushy Janika on Facebook. I do it for the Plushy ones on Instagram. She actually helped me with my walk as well. When to turn, when to stop, when to you start at the beginning and you pose for 3 seconds so your photographer can get that photo. You pose at this end so this photographer can get that side.
Very
so
important.
She helped me with all of those because when I got to her, I was green. I didn't know. Not saying that the first show that I did didn't help me, but she helped me a lot more. So those are, if you reach out to her, she'll be able to schedule something virtually right now. But when she does do shows, and I think her next one is coming up in South Carolina, and she normally does hands-on shows. Hands-on coaching when she before she does her shows. So
Okay.
and what was the next question?
Next question is, can you explain that comp card again? A composite card. It's a composite card. A comp card is what they call it in the industry.
Yes. Composite card is a comp card. People always ask you for your comp card. So on your comp card, you should have a headshot, a full body, full body, and you can have what's this?
Three-quarter. Yep. Three-quarter length.
Three-quarter length shot. You probably need to put your measurements on your comp card, your contact information, and all of your social media handles on your comp card. So when they look at your card, we go to a lot of auditions, but everybody does the same. Most people do the same walk. But if you got 100 people at an audition, you're not gonna remember this 100 person. But your comp card, helps them remember who you are.
Absolutely.
Sometimes they may give you a number when you go to your audition. You wear your number the whole time you get the audition, or they put your number on your comp card. So they know, okay, this was number 44. This is who she is. This is her head. These are her measurements. She's a plus size. This is a way to get in contact with her. So those are things that that you need to have ready when you go to any audition. I don't care where it is. Have it ready and ready to give out to people when you see them.
That's it. It's like your business card, and don't get me wrong, it's not a business card, because true professionals know if you show up with the wrong size comp card, they know you're not a professional. If you show up and it's a 5x7, if it's the little business card, that's not a comp card. They can tell by the quality of your comp card if you have been doing this and if you're professional. And now, I'm sorry, that's my fault, because I meant to tell you, bring pictures, anything you would have had. I'm sorry, that's my bad. I'm going to do better.
I can send y'all a sample. If y'all DM me, I can send you a sample of my comp card.
Or you can just actually post it under here when we're done, when you get home.
Okay.
Yeah, post it under there so everybody can
So
see
y'all
it.
can see it. So you can see an example how it's done. I had mine done. Well, my photos were done by my first person who ever photographed me, but then we sent them off and got them done because I needed it done real quickly. So he helped me with that. And there's a lot of people, photographers out here that will help you, and there's a lot of them that won't. It's some that will help you with poses when you go, but I advise you to get on YouTube.
There you go.
Study poses. Study how to smize.
There you go.
Smize is smiling with your eyes without smiling. So it was hard for me to do that because everybody know I wear my emotions on my face. Anybody that knows me, I wear my emotions on my face. And so if something just ain't right, my eyes is going to tell it at the end of the day. So I had to learn how to smize. I learned all of these things on YouTube.
Awesome sauce.
I put my hand over my mouth, I smile, hold that, keep my eyes like that, and then I just put my hand down, just close my mouth up. So that is my smizing. That's how I practice my smizing.
Somebody is getting
I know they
laughing.
But they probably doing it. Y'all doing it.
It's funny, when I got into public speaking, guess how I figured out how to captivate my audience?
Don't tell me you look at them naked or you imagine them.
I gave my speech to my dog, and if my dog stood there and listened, I did good. If my dog walked off,
oh my God,
I knew I wasn't doing good. This is what you gotta do when you're trying to take something seriously. You just gotta do what you gotta do in your private time and your quiet time so that you can master what it is that you're trying to offer someone. All right, so any questions? If we have more questions, you guys throw these questions out here. In the meantime, so we talked about you being a mom. You have two.
Yes.
How are you handling walking into an industry, having two children? How are you juggling? How are you managing this? Because people make all kinds of excuses. I've heard so many excuses.
On top of that, not only do I have two kids, I still work a 9 to 5, and I take care of a 32-year-old disabled man in my house as well. So I have 3 kids, to be honest with you, even though he's 32, but he's like a baby. It's challenging at times because some auditions or some gigs I have to turn down because I have to put my kids first. So if I can't be gone all the time or every day and this, that, and the third, because I still have to raise my children at the end of the day. Yes, they do. My daughter go to daycare, while I'm at work. But on the weekends, most of the time when the photographers may call me and want to do this or audition for that or let's go here, let's go there type stuff. I said, I let them know. I said, you have to let me know stuff ahead of time.
Right.
Because my children come first, and I don't have nobody at the drop of a dime to just drop my children off, or I gotta make arrangements for my client as well, not only my children. So it's challenging because some stuff I would like to do. I would like to go out to New York because I love Virginia. Don't get me wrong, but New York is where I could rise up way above the top. I know I can.
Fully dressed.
Fully dressed.
Yes.
But at this moment, I can't go as much as I would want to. Not saying that I'm not going, because I am going. But I can't be gone for long periods of time because ain't nobody raising my kids but me.
There you go. All right. So we've heard all types of excuses in the industry, and I'm like, they don't want this. So she's making this happen. She's a mom of 2. She's managing so many things in her life. Plus, she's booked. She's making this happen for her. All right?
You can do it, or your daughters can do it, or whoever you want to give the advice to do it. It can be done at the end of the day. How much do you want to do it? That's the thing. How much do you want it?
Let's get some hearts in here. Can we give her some hearts?
How much do you want it? Just
That's
think
it.
about it. How much you want it? Thank y'all so much.
We're getting good feedback. That's key, though.
That's my cousin. My first cousin, I gotta tell y'all this. She called me today and she checked up on me, and that made me so happy. She ain't asked me for nothing. She didn't want to give her nothing.
I need her.
But she just said, hey, I just called to check up on you.
That's all we need sometimes. When you see us out here grinding, sometimes we just need somebody to pick the phone up and say, you all right? Yeah, I'm all right.
And that's what she did. She called and she checked up on me, and I appreciate it. I said, my daughter doing this, my son doing that, and she said, she gave me a little advice, and she said, I'll talk to you later, I'm going to work, and that was the end of the conversation. At the end, she ain't asked me for nothing. She ain't asked me to go nowhere. She do nothing. She said, cash app her nothing. Nothing.
Oh my God. All right, Carla said that this is an awesome interview. Thank you so much. I have several interviews coming up. Like I said, I have to get back to my work week. I got to go make me a coin so I can afford to pay these bills. But that's how models do. They be like all in the camera, just trying.
You never know who watching, girl.
I am so weak. But you do get more self-conscious, am I right?
Yes.
You do. I have been in situations. Have you ever felt awkward somewhere because when I'm out sometimes people will be like, hey, let's take a picture. I'd be like, nah, I'm good. Like, your lighting ain't right.
Not today.
I don't like your lighting. Y'all go ahead and do that picture. Like, but are you at that point?
I am, because I know what it can look like versus what it don't look like.
Exactly. I'd be like, no, I'm not in that
I need
picture.
to bring my own lights.
Yeah, like can we turn towards the sun? You get on this side, and then we can take the picture.
Yeah,
so,
because they might post it, and who knows who's going to see the picture, and they could be scouting for models or something, and they be like, let me pass her because I can't even hardly see her face in this picture, and I'm like, wait a minute, I missed my thing.
absolutely. And I feel so bad sometimes because I feel like, oh my God, that is just so conceited. But at the end of the day, I'm not posing for no bad pictures. Like, no. We're not doing that. All right. So what do you have on the horizon? What is one of your next events you have coming up?
My next one is June the 13th. I am in a music video, and that's in Atlanta. Shout out to Red Fox, Shanice. It is her video. So that's my very next thing that's coming up.
R&B or rap?
And she's a rapper.
Okay.
Out of Norfolk, Virginia.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Much love.
Yeah. So that's my very next thing. Then after that is fashion shows after that.
Well, we will be wishing you well all the way down 85 and back.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Y'all should come. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So any questions? You guys have any questions? Modeling in the 757. We talked about body type, the different types of modeling. You have fit models, petite models, plus models, and believe it or not, feet models, hand models, lips. I think I had a question. Did I miss a question? What else do they have? They have hair model swimsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Then what was the other one? Commercial. And believe it or not, male model is actually a category. Sometimes you have to clarify. Male model is a category. Thank you, Sonia. Sonia said it's great info. Great info.
Thank you, Sonia.
Shanita wishes you well.
Thank you, Shanita.
Yeah, you guys have any questions at all? So is there anything that you would, well, first of all, let me go back. If someone wanted to book you, how can they book you?
Well, I need to make a model page, but I haven't because I think I have a better following on my personal page right now. So, of course, my Facebook is Charmaine Claiborne. That's Charmaine. Claiborne, Claiborne. My Instagram is Apple Hiz, Hizi. I'm not on Snapchat or anything like that, but those are my two social media handles. My email, some people reach out through my email, so that's mahogany0482@gmail. Those are 3 ways that you can contact me and for bookings, or you need me to be a part of something, or you need me to sit on a platform to talk to young ladies about furthering their modeling career, or just be a positive image for them. And that's my goal. I'm taking this modeling industry to a different level, and that's my goal, a different positive level for young women. It's not about y'all probably recently just see me do full body shots on social media. Most of the time I don't do them, and it's not because I'm ashamed of what I have or anything like that. Everything is not for everybody. But I do full body shots now. A lot of times when I pose for photography pictures and everything, you might not see them on social media because these are the pictures that I'm going to probably submit to magazines. And if I'm submitting to magazines, I don't want them all over social media, because who gonna buy the magazine if they have already seen my pictures on social media? So you have to be mindful of the pictures that you take. If every picture that you take, you don't have to post on social media, especially if you're trying to get into a magazine.
That's it.
They don't want to publish you if 1,000 people already seen your picture. Who gonna buy that magazine?
That's it.
So just be mindful, although just don't be so gun-ho. I'm gonna hurry up and post a picture because I took it. Just, hey, hold some just a little bit. Hold a little bit. Post one and save the rest of them. Things like that. So I'm just ready to take this to a different level. That's it. I'm excited. 2020. I know for some people, because of the pandemic, has not been a great year so far. But 2020 has been great to me. I ain't lacked for anything, wanted anything, not at all. At all, and I'm sorry, I feel sorry for those who have lacked for things, but I haven't, and I only owe it to one person, and that's God. That's it. That's it. And whatever you want to do, just do it. Don't let nobody hold you back. That's it. Who would know that? I'm from Sarah County. SURY. One traffic light.
You'll be surprised.
One school, one high school, one middle school.
You'll be surprised.
So
you've seen that I've been on cruises.
mm-hmm.
I've not paid for any cruise I've ever been on. Companies have paid for that for me.
She's done with a lot of people. I could see her. I've been following her. She hasn't been doing my hair for that long. Maybe about almost 2 years now.
But you know the crazy part is you were sending me customers before you even got to
I
the channel.
was, because I believed in your work before you even did my hair at the end of the day. I believed it. Just by seeing what she posted and just by knowing who she was, I was like, oh, I'm going to share her. Every time she posts something, I'm going to share it.
Listen, I'm a small business. I'm trying to become a big business. Eventually, I'm going to have a whole studio, and we're going to be filming this stuff, and it's going to be on television. We're going to get there. But sharing my videos, sharing my pictures, sharing my posts means so much. Same thing for Charmaine. Sharing her and people knowing that she's a local model who's available, taking bookings. Doesn't matter where you are. She's willing to travel. She has events coming up in Atlanta, Texas, headed trying to get New York on the books. Sharing our stuff really does make a difference. And I do have a brand on my page, but in my story, I share and post stuff outside of my brand. Like she said, there's a time and a place for everything on your social media. My story is where I will post and repost and promote.
Yep.
All right. So before I go into my next set of questions, we're going to wrap this up here within the next 10 minutes. I do have more lives coming up. Thank you guys, those who joined the conversation earlier today with my awesome nail tech. Oh, my girl is awesome. Jessica, I love you so much. Yesterday we had the vegan bosses on. Next week I have Hair by Moday coming on. If you guys know Moday, I am inspired by other hairstylists. I do not post it on my page, and it's, like that's my page, but I do communicate and I learn from other hairstylists. Mo is one of them. She and I have a meeting next week to do a live interview, as well as Expression Studio. She makes cups, those beautiful mugs. I was gifted one for the holidays with my name on it. And here's the funny part. I don't even think they knew, but my name and my tattoo is on the cup. I'll show it to you, girl. Name and tattoo is on the cup.
I love name stuff.
Girl, yeah, right. My name also. Okay, I'll take it. All right, so before we wrap up, tell us one of your most awkward moments since you decided to step out here in an event. What's been one of the most awkward moments you've had?
Well, dealing with different types of models. Some people stereotype you as the girl with the big butt. Every time I go somewhere, it's the girl with the big butt. She's nice and quiet. It's always that. But so I had a few encounters with some of the models that I was around, and I had to kindly tell them that I'm more than that. I'm more than that. So stop addressing me that way. You wouldn't want me to address you, the girl with the buck teeth.
I'm done. I'm good. Interview is over. Oh my God.
But at the end of the day, address me who I am. I'm Charmaine. Some people know me as Mahogany. So, just address me that way. Don't the girl with the big butt. That's the only way you getting gigs because you got a small waist and a big butt. No, that's not the reason why.
Absolutely.
It's not. I have so much more going for me than a small waist and a big butt. That I have so much more. And if you ever took the chance out to talk to me, then you would know where my mind is and what mind frame that I have. But a lot of people don't take the chance out because they just stereotype me just by looking at me. And that's okay.
Great feet. That's great. That's like profound on so many levels. I'm gonna let y'all marinate on. I'm not even gonna get on my soapbox as far as that's concerned. I'm gonna let y'all have that one. Please go in on the comments because folks are wild nowadays. So that's one of your most awkward things when it comes down to this modeling. Oh, they wild in there. They tripping.
My daughter's dead here to come.
Hey, don't make us block you. So what's been one of the best things about stepping into modeling?
The great people that I've met so far. I've met some wonderful people that's really trying to help me build my career. And they're not just trying to build their brand either. They're trying to actually help me get to where I need to go. Putting me in contact with different people, just sending people my way at the end of the day, and stuff that I would never thought that I would be involved in. I told you last week I did the interview for a talk show called The Culture, so I have to answer some questions and send that back to her, but I'm auditioning to be on that particular show, so I would have never thought. I don't even like to talk in public. I don't. I stutter on my words, but if I'm bringing out my personality. And as long as I can bring out my personality and I don't have to be so stiff and stiff and all this type of stuff, I'm good. I'm good to go. So meeting people and getting to go different places, things that I never thought I'd be doing. And I'm 38, y'all. Who ever thought I'd be modeling at 38? I'm 38.
Hit that heart button. Give her some love, you guys.
I'm almost 40.
Give her some love, you all. Hit that heart button. Hit that heart button. Give it up. Give it up.
I'm 38. So just imagine if I can do it at 38, you can do it at 45 if that's what you want to start modeling.
Absolutely.
They have older models. Don't just think, oh, well, I'm too old to do that. If that's what you want to do at 45, 55, hell, I done met some 60-year-olds that's still modeling at this particular time.
Absolutely.
But if that's what you want to do, then do it. And don't allow nobody to stand in your way. No matter what. No, you're not out here trying to be seen. This is what you want to do. And if you have a passion in doing, some things I've already gotten paid for. Some things that I do and I haven't got paid for. Of course, because I'm still starting off and I'm still building who I am at the end of the day. But some things, one photo shoot, I had no idea I was getting paid for. He asked me to do it, but at the end of the photo shoot, he said, here you go. I was surprised. And yeah, I'll take it. Sure did. Sure did.
I love it.
So, reach out to me if you have any questions or anything. You want your kids to model, or you just want me to, sit down and talk to them about different things. It doesn't even have to be about modeling at the end of the day.
She's so sweet.
It could be about anything that's in general. People have hard lives, and sometimes hearing it from your parents, kids may not listen, but hearing it from someone else that has been through, some things, because I've been through some things, it's going to come up hearing a lot differently versus coming from your parents. I have people talk to my son all the time, so of course he don't listen to me, but he'll listen to somebody else. They may tell him the same thing that I just told him, but it was a different voice, a different person. So, so if you need me to talk to your kids, I'm there to talk to them. I ain't the best parent in the world. Because
awesome
nobody
parent.
is.
She's an awesome parent.
There's no book or manual for parenting, but I'm here to help anybody at the end of the day. So.
All right, you guys. So, any last questions? I'm going to keep an eye out for a second. I'm pretty sure Charmaine will go back if you guys do have questions later on down the road.
Hey, Carla.
Yeah, girl, they been on it, girl. So we thank you guys for joining us. You're going to see more of these interviews. You're going to see more of these conversations. Charmaine, just like Charmaine, I have a passion for helping people. I want things on my page to be positive posts, uplifting posts, especially within the community that I sit in. And this is the one way that I know that I can do it. And that's to share some of my passions with you live here on Facebook. So if you guys don't have any more questions, class of 2000.
Christy. That's right.
Class of 2000.
Coming up up on our 20 years.
That's 1996. I can't even lie because I got mine tattooed on my neck, so I couldn't even lie about my age.
Christy, share my pictures. Ain't you? Where you at, Christy?
Yeah, Christy, where are you?
Where you at now, Christy?
She would be a great one to interview because Christy always got her hand. Every time I turn around, she in a picture with a celebrity.
Yes.
It's like, I don't know what you doing,
well.
but you doing it.
She's doing well. Congrats on your weight loss journey. I see you doing well. You're doing excellent. You looking great.
Yes, ma'am. You're going to have to get with my vegan chefs that I had here yesterday, girl. When I tell you that food was that food was good.
It looked good. I don't care what you say. I was like, dang, that burger look good. And I was sitting there looking at it. I was like,
I tapped out the whole interview. I was done. I said, look, y'all got the questions. Y'all read the prompt and y'all got the questions.
hey, Sandy.
All right.
They just coming on.
Yeah, but we have quite a few. All right, so we're going to wrap this up. If you guys have any questions, go back, view this, share it, tag someone. We're talking about the modeling industry here in the 757. Charmaine has stepped out into modeling, and she's doing so well. She's doing absolutely well. We want you guys to have a good evening.
Good evening. I want to do one shout out to Diary Cloth. I'm wearing her clothing line today.
Oh, that's nice.
Michelle Chapman, Seaborn.
Okay.
Just want to do a quick shout out to her. And she's doing wonderful things in the community, and she's just a wonderful person. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to wear her brand today. So shout out to you, boo.
I love that. We actually got somebody who says, good morning all the way from New Zealand.
Well, good morning.
Good morning, Alvin.
Good morning.
I love you and your beautiful wife and babies. Y'all inspire me. I'm going to have a love like y'all one day. I'm late, but I'm coming. They are such a cute couple. They were such a cute couple.
Share, Alvin, share.
She'll come
there.
She'll come there. She'll come to New Zealand. She'll model over there too. We got that. Yeah. New Zealand is what, a little island in the middle of nowhere, so I bet it's probably really pretty. All right, you guys, we're gonna wrap this up. You guys, thank you so much. Enjoy your evening. I'll see you next week with Expression Studio, Hair by Moday, and I'm not gonna call the rest of them yet until they confirm. We want them to marinate and see these conversations and let them get hyped.
Peace out.